Hi, John Maxwell here. Welcome to Minute with Maxwell. We're in a series on upfront expectations. There are 5 that I have with people. When we begin a relationship, I just want them to have these 5. Let me give you the first 4 quickly, and then we'll give you the 5th one and teach it for a moment. The first one is, it's not about you, it's not about me, it's about the big picture. The second one, growth is expected. It's not an option. You got to keep growing to keep going. Number 3, value people. Truly love, value people. In fact, when you stop loving people, valuing people, stop leading them. Number 4, be responsible every time. Take ownership of that which you've been given. And the 5th one I've given to you right now is that when I sit down with you and have upfront expectations, I love this because it's so good to clear the air in the beginning. I look at you and I say, number 5, there will be tough conversations. In other words, if we have a relationship, we're not always going to deal with the good stuff. We got to deal with the bad stuff. And there's bad stuff in every relationship. For years as a pastor, I married people, hundreds of them, trust me. And they would do the vows, and I would always enjoy the vows because that's kind of like the commitment to each other. And it was for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, and they went through all the list, and there was always a positive and a negative, and a positive and a negative. And sometimes when they got done, I would tell them, the reason you're doing the vows is because of the negative. You're not doing the vows for the richer. You're not doing the vows for the better. If it's richer and better, life is good. You're doing them all because there's a negative. Well, in a relationship, whether it's a marriage relationship, a working relationship, doesn't matter. It's all about the tough conversations because you will have problems. I will have problems. We will have problems. That's not the question. The question is, when we have problems, are we going to deal with them or are we going to ignore them? And with upfront expectations, when I say we will have tough conversations, you know what I'm telling you? We won't ignore the tough ones. We just won't. When something comes up and it's not going good, we're going to have a close the door meeting, just you and me, and we're going to talk about what needs to be fixed, how we can fix it, what we need to change and adjust, and then we're going to go about fixing whatever that tough situation is. But there will be tough conversations. I think the value of a relationship and what makes it truly valuable is that people that do well in relationships and stay together, it's not that they had lesser problems than people who didn't stay together. It's just that they worked through those problems effectively where the other people did not. So it's not the size of the problem usually that messes up the relationship. It's the fact that the problem isn't solved, it isn't dealt with, it's not discussed, it's not faced. So when I sit down with you and we're going to be on the same team, those are 5 upfront expectations that I have. And to be honest with you, when I'm done, I'm going to look at you and I'm going to say to you, and what are your upfront expectations? Because you have some too. And when we get them all on the table, now we're ready to move together. I'm so glad you're with me on this series of upfront expectations. I hope it's helped you, and I'm glad you're with me today on Minute with Maxwell.